What is going on, guys? It's your boy Stas here. Welcome back to another video. Cheers, by the way. I appreciate you all for tuning in to yet again another SoFi update, which we're going to break down the charts, what I'm looking to do in the options market, which I'm going to sell calls today. So I want to go over what the premiums are looking like, what I'm looking at, and overall, if we have time, we'll break down the indexes and maybe some other stocks later in the video. But first, hit the like button. Do not forget to subscribe and join the free email stock newsletter and check out my Patreon for my portfolio updates plus more. Those are linked down below. And now let's dive into it. So it is currently about 12:15, 12:30 p.m. East Coast time. So we're pretty much smack dab in the middle of the day right now. And SoFi's down about 0.25% right now after yesterday's, not a crazy bad day, but it was red yesterday as well. So it looks like two back-to-back red days, at least for now. I mean, for all we know, we could go green later in the day. It's only 12:30 right now, right? So, I mean, we're only down 0.25% as well. So this could flip green. But as of now, we are down on SoFi stock. As overall, the stock market, by the way, the S&P's up 0.3%, QQQ's up the same, the Russell's up 0.6%, and the Dow's up around 0.1%. So SoFi's down again in the midst of a green day here, guys. And it's pretty clear that we are seeing resistance, a big resistance at about $14.50, really in the mid-14s is where we're struggling right now. And you can see that clearly on this 5-day, 5 minutes. So we hit 1450 back on Friday. We hit it yesterday, and we didn't quite hit it today, but we got up to about 1435 earlier in the day. So this 1440, 1450 spot is a massive resistance over these last couple of days, and obviously over the last couple of weeks, right? We struggled there back in early May or mid-May, and probably before that, right, if I remember correctly. Yeah, in the end of April as well, and honestly back in the early days of March. So SoFi really hasn't gone anywhere in about 3 months at this point, which is why I've been selling calls, man, collecting some premium, increasing my return while the stock has kind of been, flat, jumping all over the place, even, you could say as well. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. And again, we're going to look at the options chain in a second here. But again, I mean, it could break out at any moment, though. That's the thing, because, yeah, we're flat, but we're also seeing an ascending triangle, which we covered in my video yesterday, and I've been mentioning it. And we're actually still above both moving averages right now on the 4-hour time frame, which is big for the bulls. So SoFi, man, at this point, yeah, it is flat. We haven't gone anywhere in 3 months, right? The stock's been pretty flat in the mid-14s, right? That's been the resistance. But we are kind of setting up for a breakout here. So we could be getting that pop, whether it's later this week, right, next week. If we start seeing this triangle play out, if we break out of 1450, big if at this point, but if we do it, it kind of looks like we're setting up for it, but we haven't gotten the leg up yet. But if we do it, guys, this could easily start breaking out. And that's kind of the risk here with selling calls, right? If I did a 15 strike, for example, $15 strike, and then we get the breakout, starts going to 15 plus, it could happen quick. Then I'm going to be in a little pickle there. I might have to give up my shares, but like I always say, well, some of my shares, I'm not going to sell covered calls on my entire position. But like I say, when you're selling calls, guys, always make sure you pick a strike price above your average cost. You have to do that, and if you're down on a position, you're going to be in an interesting spot there, because trust me, I've been in that position where I bought a stock and then it crashed and I've been in a position where I've only bought a stock solely to sell covered calls on it. Bad idea. I learned my lesson there a couple years ago, but that stock, I forget what it was, but it crashed 50%. Then I was in a position where I'm down on my position, but I'm trying to sell covered calls to recoup some of my gains, and I have a strike price under my average cost. Trust me, guys, you don't want to be in that position. So if you're down on a stock, I mean, you could sell covered calls, but you got to be careful because if you get your shares called, I mean, you're going to lock in your loss right there. But either way, always pick a strike price above your average cost if you can. If you're up on the position, that is ideal. That is ideal. And yeah, man, at this point, it's kind of a waiting game with SoFi. I mean, that's what it is. It's a waiting game, and we'll see if this triangle plays out. But in the meantime, it's like I kind of want to collect some premium while this chart figures itself out. So I'm going to set my alert at $15. Let's hop over to the options chain. I think we covered it yesterday. Let me pull this up. Let's see what the premiums are looking like today. So let me pop up these June 27th strikes. Let's see what's going on here. I mean, yeah, these are down today. So, I mean, not the best day. I guess the best day to sell covered calls, I mean, would have been on Friday. But, hey, I mean, 2 days in a row of red days in a row has, brought the premiums down a bit. But if we're even looking at 17 days out, the end of June here, the $15 strike price, 29 cents. Not bad. Not bad. So if I were to sell a contract here, for example, let me show you guys. So I'm actually on the buy right now. Oops. Let me go to sell calls. So let's say we sell. Okay. Now I think it's telling, or it's, okay. Let me refresh this because now it thinks I'm buying the call. Let me go back to sell call. You guys can see, I mean, it's pretty simple, right? If you go and sell this call, let's say, for example, $15 call. Okay, now it's 28 cents, whatever. You're going to get essentially $28. Boom. Estimated credit. You guys see that right there? $28 right into your brokerage, right? $28 per contract. That's if you have 100 shares. Let's say you have 100 shares of SoFi. Boom. $28. It gets credited right to your account. $15 strike price. But I'm looking out a little bit further. Even, let's say, July 11th now. This is exactly a month out. If I wanted to go $16 strike, those are 24 cents. So, not crazy, but that does give me some buffer. It's $2 higher from where we are now. So that might be an option. Even the 1550s, $15.50 strike, 34 cents. So if you were to do this one, for example, look, estimated credit, right? 34 cents times 100. You guys see that right there. Plus the little fee here, which I don't use Robinhood, but Robinhood, you have a little 4-cent estimated regulatory fee. So you're going to get about 34, dollars, right? And let's say you had, we covered the math on this yesterday or 2 days ago. Let's say you had 10 contracts, right? Or you sold 10 contracts. That's $350. Boom. Just like that for owning 1,000 shares of SoFi. That's simple. So I'm looking at that, and I'll post it to my Patreon, guys. I post all my updates, my trades, my portfolio updates, all that on Patreon whenever I make moves, right? So I'm most likely going to sell, these 1550s, right, and that Patreon portfolio, which, by the way, shameless plug, I've been building now for about 2 years, and I'm having a great time with it, man. We're investing now at this point $2,000 to $4,000 a month in that portfolio, really growing it pretty fast, man. It's really growing fast, and the purpose of it was to show you guys how I build portfolios. I've been investing for 10 years now, man, so I wanted to show you from scratch how I build a portfolio. I started it 2 years ago from zero, literally from zero, and now it's, let's just say, tens of thousands of dollars, and it's growing very nicely, and it's actually beating the market, and we're doing very well. So yeah, that is linked down below if you guys are interested. Shameless plug. But overall, that's what I'm looking to do right now. Probably the $15 or $15.50 to $16 strike on July 11th. I'm going to sell those most likely. And again, I'll keep you guys updated. But yeah, now SoFi is going green. So it actually might be a good time to sell those calls now, on this little pop. But what do you guys think? I'll wrap it up here. I don't want to go too long on this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And by the way, join my free email stock newsletter. I send out my top stocks weekly right to your email. That is down below. And with that being said, cheers. Oh, don't forget, subscribe, hit the like button. Cheers. I'll catch you guys in the next video.